I'm proud to be over 10% of your following base.
Thank you.
You're welcome for that.
I have no followers.
You have 9. I'm one of them.
I got one because I was bitching about the Long Island Railroad.
Look, my goal is to have more followers than following, which means I have to cut 15 people out of my life. Wait, are we counting in or no?
Sure.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Toy Rage.
You see, you go too high, and then Toy Rage is just so low that people probably like turn their volume down.
Why?
I don't feel like you're enthusiastic enough about Toy Rage because every time you say Toy Rage in your verse, it's quiet.
Well, that was like scat.
No, but every time
that was like jazzy. I was going jazz.
Yeah. Like the blues, maybe.
Oh.
So
nice burn. Episode 6.
Yeah, episode 6.
I'm your host, Andrew Delecky. I'm joined by
Andrew Delecky. Oh, hey, I'm Michael Giangrasso. I knew that.
We're getting better and better.
We are.
Every week.
We are.
Do you think we're going to have one episode where we actually sound like we know what we're doing?
Ew, gross. Why would we ever sound like we know what we're doing? Like right now, I'm trying to go and decide who I want to not follow on Twitter.
I thought you're on Grubhub.
No, we just ate. We ate good pizza.
That is true.
Thanks for Antoni's. That was delicious.
Free sponsor.
Yeah, I'm trying to debate who just keep following to because one of I want to have more I want more followers than people following me.
I think that's the goal of
Everything.
any sort of social media outlet.
So right now, I cut a couple people, and now I'm at 56 following and 48 followers. So I need a couple more. All right, so I'm going to go start at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
NECA Toys.
Okay, follow it. My mom has the same amount of followers that I do.
That's the show right there.
Here it is. Thank you.
When you know
we'll
you need
here
to.
All week.
Yeah, that's when you know you need to rethink your priorities. When your mom has more followers than you.
As many followers.
As many followers.
We're neck and neck.
Oh. So it would be a real.
This is a rat.
It would be
race.
a real shame if someone just unfollowed you,
No.
and where your mom now has more followers than you.
See, you're earning the hashtag bad friend. You're earning it. Yeah.
All right, follow. How come Layla doesn't have a Twitter? You know, this is how you're going to get famous.
With my dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my dog is so much prettier than I am.
Yo, if there's anything that... All right, if you want to get guys to follow a Twitter, you get just like senseless Twitter. It's like a hot girl with like gaming stuff who doesn't know anything about whatever. That's fine.
Right.
If you want like girls to follow you and their boyfriends, because their boyfriends have to have things in common, you get like Layla. You put like headphones
Puppies
on
and
her.
unicorns.
No, you gotta do like Layla with like headphones and like a PS4 controller.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Do like tabletop gaming with Layla.
We could arrange that.
Yeah, we'll just do like a whole photo shoot with Layla.
It'd be like Keanu. We'll have different movie scenes with Layla.
You want to do a Layla photo shoot poster when it's just like video game related?
Sure.
My girlfriend would love it. She does photo shoots. She has a photo shoot coming this upcoming Thursday. How about if we do an Overwatch photo shoot where we get your dog like a cowboy hat and a red vest and it's McCree, and then we'll just like.
How did we do Diva?
There's only 12 months in a year, so sorry, Diva. Put her in a cardboard box.
We could do Mercy. We get wings.
Yeah, wings for Layla. Diva, you can put her in a cardboard box and like print out just like Diva prints, put it on the side so it's like she's in a mech, and just put like little like thingies on her
I have
face.
a question for you.
What?
Because Layla is a female dog.
Yeah.
Do we have to limit ourselves to female Overwatch characters?
No, the first one I said was McCree.
I know, but
Besides, it's different species.
that is true.
Do you think anybody cares what gender your dog is? As long as it's a cute dog dressed up in cute Overwatch things with pictures, whatever.
True.
Guaranteed. That's how we get followers.
That? You're going to exploit my dog? Well, I've always wondered how I'm going to make money off my dog. I think we just found it.
Well, your other inspiration is your mom has more Twitter followers than you do now.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now you have to make
That's
like
a depressing
separate.
thought.
You have to make like a separate Twitter account for Layla. Should we give Layla an email account, like Layla@toyrage.com, so people could?
I don't
email
even have
Layla?
an email address.
All right, I can. If I get one, do you want one?
And that's hashtag bad friend number 4 for tonight.
Wow. No. Look, there's reasons behind things. All right.
What's?
Don't worry about that.
Indulge
so
me.
when I get another email address, do you want it?
Yeah.
For Layla. Send your cute animal video game
Send your
pics.
questions to Layla@toyrage.com.
All questions and concerns, please go to Layla@toyrage.com.
She's our HR department.
Layla, what's on the agenda today? Any good people in the hiring
Do we
department?
have to do any sexual harassment training?
Layla, stop kissing me. This is not office behavior. I don't care if you're the HR department and you handle the complaints. It's wrong. Your chair is going to be so loud on this podcast.
I'm sorry. Apologize. I have a squeaky ass right now. And there's the curse. Yeah.
Well, I said shit before.
Shit's not a curse.
No, they say it on. You're right. They say it on TV.
Yeah. Ass. Ass is one of them. Ass.
I thought they say ass on TV.
Do they? Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Whatever. It's still explicit enough for iTunes.
Yeah.
iTunes actually asked, do you have like alcohol references?
Last we did.
Yeah. But that's like one of the things.
I
Like,
drink.
you have alcohol references, tobacco references. You got to do all this.
I don't think we
stuff.
have any of those.
No. There was one where you said like you needed a drink, and I said you have all the Jack over there, where I see the black label.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever. That's it. I guess we should talk about something more than dogs dressing up as Overwatch characters.
Here's the Storm. We can talk about that.
We could, but I actually want to hear about Skyforge.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another game that I can download, waste my time playing for a half hour or something.
Sure.
But
All right,
because
so-
you were really into it.
So I just started.
All right.
And
Do you know how long it's been out?
no, I just know that it's fairly recent on PS4. I'm talking about like past maybe week and a half. So
Okay.
it's new.
What else is it on?
I'm not sure. Probably PC. So Skyforge is an MMO.
Yeah.
The premise isn't that creative, but you don't play for the premise, right? I don't think you play for the premise all the time. All you have to know is that it's sci-fi based. Sci-fi, fantasy mixed, but not opposed to like Neverwinter. Neverwinter's very fantasy based. There's no sci-fi. It's just fantasy.
Yeah. Neverwinter is strict Dungeons and Dragons.
Right. So this has more sci-fi elements mixed with fantasy. So there's definitely an amalgamation of sorts. The premise is you are how it starts out is you're a soldier in the middle of a battle, right? And you get cut down.
Cut down.
Yeah, you die.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. And for some reason, you come back unscathed. Like you're in a pile of bodies, and suddenly you awaken and you're there. You're present with no injuries at all, and you are therefore deemed an immortal. So that's what your avatar is. Everybody's avatar is an immortal. So
All right.
the equivalent is Neverwinter, you're all heroes, right?
Mm-hmm.
This game, you're immortals.
Okay.
What's cool about it is has a very similar system to Final Fantasy, the MMO, whereas you're not locked into a class.
Yeah.
Technically, you're not locked into a class.
Technically.
So it's the same way where you equip a different weapon, you become a different class.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like Final Fantasy.
All right. But you still want to level up a specific class because the more you level up with one class, the more powers you get, the better you get, so on and so forth.
Okay.
What's impressed me so far is for a straight out of the box free MMO, the graphics are great. The scenery is amazing. The system's a little wonky as far as adventuring goes.
Okay.
So you literally go on quests, fixed quests. But it's not similar to other MMOs where you're getting a quest from the open world. You literally go into a menu and there's campaigns. And every campaign has, let's say, 9 or 10 levels in that campaign.
All right.
And that's how you go on adventures. But there's also group raids. There's PvP. I haven't explored it that much. Like I said, I'm fairly new to it.
You started just a couple days ago.
I actually started this morning.
Oh, that's quite the thing.
Yeah. I think what other people will like about the game, too, is it is not a... I don't know the way to explain it. So it's definitely action MMO. Like you're constantly going MMO. But I know a lot of MMOs are like that. I guess the way I can explain it, though, is that every attack needs a button push. There's no like hold down a button and it's auto attack.
Yeah.
Every attack has a button corresponding to that attack. Yeah. And then you can combo. So there's a combo system in it as well. So if you do square, 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 triangle, it does a power. If you do square, square, triangle, it does another power. If you do your O move, it's a different move. If you combo with your R1 or R2, it's a different move. So there's a lot of different combinations on how you can play it.
Yeah.
And you don't limit yourself to all the buttons on the pad.
Yeah.
Because if you press L2 or R2, no, L2, a new set of powers is available to you.
Like Neverwinter.
Yeah. But it Neverwinter separates it with like daily powers and counter powers.
Yeah.
At wills.
Final Fantasy does that though.
Yeah.
I think where you hold it down.
Yeah. So it's similar to that again.
Yeah.
So it has that same mechanic as Final Fantasy, except it's free. You can download it today. And it's not bad. It really looks quite beautiful for a free game. They spend a lot of time with it.
Well, you'll get more into it probably as time goes on. It came out July 16th, 2015 for Windows. The two platforms it's available for is Windows and PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So it's not out for Xbox.
No.
Which is, again, a little bit weird because it is available for
Windows.
For Windows. So you'd figure maybe...
I'm sure they're getting it there.
Yeah, they're going to be getting it there. Now, I don't know if this is the European release date. Is it even here? 14 different classes.
But I think I know why they put it on the PS4. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel like more people on the PS4 play the fantasy games, the sci-fi games, and less of the first-person shooter games.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not that in touch with the player base for Xbox versus PlayStation 4 versus too much other stuff. I used to manage a GameStop, and I got a lot of like really good feedback back then. But now it's really just guessing to a point, talking to people, reading online.
Well,
I spend a lot of my time.
A lot
on
of these
PC
games
anyway.
cross-platform now too. So
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to actually read that if you play on PS4, can I play with you on PC? I didn't get a chance to look at that.
There's very few games that do that now, though.
Extremely few. There was Paragon, which is a pretty good game.
I love Paragon.
Yeah.
I just I stopped playing it just because I'm not good at it. Like a lot of other games that I play.
It was fun-ish. The whole card system, the MMO, MOBA, wasn't too bad about it. But just like making a quote deck of powers that you have to go through and really getting used to it, I liked it better than League of Legends. League of Legends was just confusing to a point because even though I think you do have like loadouts now, and a loadout, it's like a store loadout.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're playing a game and the items that you want to buy, you can actually go and have like, okay, items in a special window. So when you go to the store, you don't have to scroll around and look for them. They're all like there, like your quote favorite items, whatever they are.
I like Paragon because it brings that degree of customization to how you want your character.
Yeah.
But I also don't think it's to the point where it makes characters uneven. As if like if someone has a certain loadout, you still have the same chance of beating that guy.
Yeah. Because if you don't have like the stronger cards for your stronger loadout, that just means you're going to get all your stuff faster.
Right.
But at the same time, like the longer the game goes on, the more points you're going to get. So the people with the more expensive stuff, they're going to get what they want, which might be a little unfair, but it's not that bad.
I don't think it's any different from a lot of the games out there.
No.
The better you play, the more you play, the better the powers you get. You build up your own character.
Yeah, and the characters there are pretty fun, I think.
I like the immersion of it because it is a true third person action.
It is like an MMO
MOBA.
to a point, yeah. Third person, you're really in there. You're going around the map.
It's not top down. Like it is right behind the guy. You have blind spots, which I think makes the game more interesting. You have to your communication is key because what you can see and what your teammate can see are very two different things.
No, I mean you have the map and that's really it. The game, the biggest third person MOBA that I know of, at least before this, was Smite, and I don't think Paragon is like that big. It's still going on. They're still releasing heroes. Smite.
I think that's on PS4 too.
I think it should be on PS4, Xbox, and PC. It's on all the platforms. I've never played it.
I can't say that I have.
It's another one. It was pretty big. I think it still is pretty decently sized. There's a lot of people that I know that play it still. I never really got too into it because I didn't really like the third person MOBA too much.
Mm-hmm.
I played Battleborn. Battleborn was Don't.
I remember.
Don't.
Yeah.
If anybody's on the edge,
it doesn't do anything for me. You know what I just realized after all this conversation?
No.
I did probably the worst plug for Skyforge. I don't think anybody wants to play it after I just described it.
It's your first day. Oh, and also going back to Skyforge, the Dan report, which just came in right now.
Yeah.
It's not your O move; it's your circle move, in order so that the sensors don't get us too hard.
Okay.
You don't want your character's O move to move. Your O. You don't get it.
No.
We need to get you a booster seat.
Yeah, went over my head again.
With the O.
Oh.
Your O move.
Oh.
Like
what's what creates the comedy,
for example,
Mike.
like O move, it's making a reference to like what's your O face?
Oh.
Do you know what O face is?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well that's the O move part.
You're now missing my bit.
No, it's not a bit. It's the same.
Oh.
Wow. And he's single, ladies.
You betcha.
Going to Colorado, huh?
Maybe. Who knows?
You'll probably find a woman
Mountains.
there. Yeah, and a woman.
And a whoa man.
Whoa man. Named Reginald. Reginald.
Yeah.
It's usually Reginald. And now it's Reginald.
Yeah.
He's Steve's replacement. Which is not bad.
So after my horrible description of Skyforge, let's get into Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
Because they crossed over with Overwatch.
Again.
Yeah.
They've crossed over for a while.
But isn't this the first board that they're using?
This is the first board that's Overwatch.
So,
which, looking at the board, which is Hanamura, obviously this took a lot of time to do.
My initial reaction to the video. So there's a video online now that goes over the Hanamura board.
We watched it right before this.
And the first word that came to mind was, it's busy.
Oh, yeah.
There's just... the ADD in me was just blown away. Because there's just way too much going on.
There's a ton of shit.
And they're like, well, if you go to this quadrant of the map, you're going to face this and this guy. And if you go to the center of the map, then you can fight the Megazord. And then if you fight...
Yeah, Megazord.
Yeah, there's some Megazords in there.
So I guess the big thing to preface things is, if people don't really know, because they didn't, if you do play Overwatch, again, talking about Overwatch, goddamn. But it's Heroes of the Storm, so it's different.
It is Heroes of the Storm.
It's different. Heroes of the Storm, since it came out, a lot of new technology has come out. They've refined a lot of their the way that their games are played, the way their games are made, and instead of releasing like a brand new MOBA or just like limiting themselves to the current thing, they're coming out with Heroes of the Storm 2.0, which is going to revamp a lot of the mechanics that are going on, the leveling up system, the character unlock system, costume unlock system, currency system. You won't have to pay real money for costumes anymore.
Oh, wow.
When you play certain games, you can unlock like loot boxes, and those loot boxes can contain the special costumes and everything. You can also break down certain items, and there's just going to be a lot more different type of custom loadout for it. And with all this new technology that they're doing, they're going to be able to make an extremely busy and complicated map that's Hanamura.
It is so complicated. It's not even like, because when I think MOBA, I think of like capture the point type objectives. And we saw the Hanamura map. That's not it either. There's a payload, and you have to escort a payload, but you're also trying to take over a spot. But you have random super samurai in the middle of the board that you also have to beat. Yeah, but boss. Don't forget about the turrets that you can get in certain points as well. Yeah. Where do you even begin? I don't even know. If I played that... Look, I'm not a great gamer. I'm self-proclaimed it many times. But if you're trying to get me into this game, don't show me that.
No.
But the biggest thing... so intimidating.
No, but the selling point for Heroes of the Storm, which is why Heroes of the Storm is my current favorite MOBA.
Yeah.
Way more than Paragon, I think, will ever be. And definitely more than League of Legends is now. It's such a player-friendly game where it's not as complicated or intense as Paragon, as Dota 2, or any of those other things. For me, the biggest catch is its team experience.
Right.
So your whole team experiences are levels up at the same time. So when we were playing Paragon, me and you were both like 3 or 4 levels behind everybody else.
Yes.
And it was just incredibly uneven, and it made a really poor play experience for us. Where for Heroes of the Storm, well, at least
I think
for me,
you should compound it with Paragon is incredibly difficult to play. It's not as beginner friendly as the other MOBAs.
It's not as beginner friendly as other MOBAs.
You have to have knowledge of MOBAs to play that game.
Yeah.
And you have to be technically good at video games also to play Paragon. There's a lot of like weird combinations with either your controller or your keyboard that you have to get used to. That Heroes of the Storm is sort of like, as long as you can press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can pretty much play League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends is a little bit more complicated because in Heroes of the Storm, you don't need also to last hit minions, which you do need to do in Paragon, and you do need to do in Dota 2. Dota 2 is worse than all of it. Dota 2 is a pain in the ass, and I hate Dota 2. Dota 2 was one of the most unfriendly player bases I have ever dealt with. I was a healer, and this guy yelled at me for healing him, and then I stopped healing him, and he yelled at me for not healing him. And it was just horrible.
Well,
He's also yelling at me because you can last hit your own minions and prevent the enemy team from getting the last hit on your minions, but you're killing them at the same time, and it's garbage.
Look, I think what's great about MOBAs is that it really introduced esports into the world.
League of Legends is the most
I mean,
watched
StarCraft really started it all.
Oh, yeah.
But League of Legends, a MOBA, really blew it up. I think more people watched the World Champions of League of Legends than the Super Bowl.
Well, I think they did too. I have to look at the stats. There were definitely plenty of first-person shooters. You know, Halo is definitely one of the biggest ones, and it's huge. But League of Legends,
you don't really see Halo competitions
as much because there's so much other stuff. But there's still about, I think, 2 weeks ago, there was another one of the gaming get-togethers in Europe. I think, and Halo was one of the big ones. There's always, every week somewhere in the world, there is some esports event happening,
and it's
but
great.
League of Legends is the number one biggest one. Where let me just open up my phone and go to the Twitch.
Melvin voice.
Oh God, what does Melvin say?
I don't know.
Wait, was Melvin the bad guy?
Melvin was
in
the
Card
DM.
Hunter. He was the DM. Yeah.
Or GM. The GM is now the appropriate term.
Yeah.
Because DM, it has a negative connotation because you're a dungeon master, right?
Yeah.
It sounds pretty bad. But GM, which stands for Game Master, is much more uplifting. It means you control all the game, not just the dungeon.
Yeah, you're the entire everything.
Yeah.
You're everything of everything.
We still need to do an RPG episode because there's a lot we can talk about as well.
Yeah.
I have a lot of opinions.
Like
about
what?
that.
Like just like how to make a D&D thing and everything going on?
No, I think we can talk about what makes a good campaign, what doesn't.
Yeah. That would definitely be really good.
Yeah.
Talking about just briefly, going back to games that are most watched. Right now, the most viewed Overwatch video currently for Twitch or broadcast is Tim the Tat Man, who's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah?
If anybody goes to him.
Funnier than us?
Yes. Well, just based off of statistics, he currently has 15,000 viewers right now watching him at this moment. We're not live. Otherwise, we would be at 16,000. Just putting that out there. But Overwatch right now, and the way that Twitch works is...
We have 1,000th of that.
Yeah, we have 1,000 times that. Exactly. 1,000 times that.
Yeah, totally. Totes my goats.
So, Twitch adds up all the games that are being played, or all the people that are streaming a certain game. So Overwatch right now is the 4th most watched game.
Yeah.
Right now on Twitch currently. Above that is PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which I am terrible at.
I've never heard of that.
So PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. You know, this is what we should do. We should just go to like Twitch and everything and say, okay, well, what games are there? PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is this. It's a battleground game.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of H1Z1?
No.
All right. There's another battleground game, but I forgot what it was. Currently, H1Z1 King of the Kill is very popular. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds is gaining more popularity.
Okay.
You start in a match, and it's like single queue where everybody's solo queued up, duo queue, or team queue.
Okay.
After everyone is gathered together, timer starts, and then the game begins, and you're all on an airplane. The airplane is going, and then you have to parachute out. And the map is in PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. I think H1Z1 too. It's all the same. It's just this giant map. For H1Z1, it's like this Russian island.
Okay.
You go, you land, and immediately you have to go and find guns, ammo, protection, backpacks, whatever you can, and just
Hunter
gear
game.
up.
It's the Hunger Games.
Yeah, it's everyone for themselves.
It's the Hunger Games.
It's Hunger Games, pretty much.
Awesome.
Now, with the map, randomly after a couple minutes, it's going to say everyone goes to this zone, and there'll be a large circle. And if you're outside that zone, you'll start to take damage.
Okay. So it
it's
forces you to encounter other people.
Yeah, in H1Z1, I think it's gas. In this one, it's just a force field. And then after a couple minutes, it brings you closer and closer and closer.
Until someone's the victor.
Until someone's the victor.
That sounds really cool.
It's a lot of fun, and I'm terrible at it. A majority of my games, like 9 out of 10 times, I'll be top 25. But that's because I'm like a giant pussy. And I just go to like the weirdest spots on the island. And I know how to hide.
Cave. No one's going to find me in this cave.
God. The coolest I felt in that game is when you talk in your microphone, people can hear you based off of where they are and how loud you speak.
Oh, wow.
So if I'm in a house and I'm talking and my mic is on, people can hear me if they're close enough. I was hiding in a room and I heard some firing and everything outside, and I heard someone do, "That's what you get for camping, you fuck," whatever. The language they use is naughty. Naughty language.
It's a no-no?
It's a huge no. And I'm like, oh my god, he's going to kill me, oh my god, he knows I'm here. He doesn't know I'm there. Apparently there was someone else camping in the room outside I was. And I closed my door, so I didn't know anybody was there.
Okay.
And he was talking to them, and he was looting the body. And I open up the door, and I just see him like crouched over in the looting position. And I'm like, I can shoot him now and kill him, but then I'm going to die. Because if I have surprise on somebody, I'm going to lose because I'm that bad of a player. So
what did you do?
I got my grenade that I found, and I threw a grenade there. I closed the door, and I said, "So long, sucker!" And then it exploded, and then I just heard mumbling. But it doesn't matter. He was dead. That's how bad I am at the game. I'm so unsure.
Did you have to use a grenade?
Yes.
It's like,
but I don't think my mic was on. You
just use the gun. You know what? We're in the same room. This calls for the RPG.
I had to make sure. No, but I threw the grenade, and then I closed the door.
That's even worse.
So that's it. That's it. It was great. I mean, the door was like blown off after I used the grenade.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's not important.
It's not important.
No.
The important thing is
I won.
A grenade.
I got a kill. The other time the most kills I got in a game is 4.
Oh, wow.
And the reason I got
Look
4
at
kills
you.
is I went on the plane, or I started the game and I had to go to the bathroom. I went to go pee. And when I came back, I was off of the plane. Apparently, another time went by where the match started, the plane was flying, and at the very end, it kicks everybody off.
Okay.
That's still on there. So it was me and 5 other people close to the area. And everyone was AFK, so I ran up to all 4 of them and I started punching them to death. And that's how I got.
How you got your 4 kills.
That's how I got 4 kills in a game.
This is what you're bragging about to the world.
Yes, world's worst gamer, Andrew Dalecki.
That's I think that is my Twitter, my Twitch name.
World's worst gamer?
Yes.
How many followers do you have on Twitch?
Not 0.
Does your mom have more followers on Twitch than you do?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yo, your mom should do Twitch.
I think she plays Tetris.
That's fine. You don't have to. People do Twitch like if we had a camera here, we could like broadcast Twitch like live podcasts. People do just playing instruments. Like, I don't know, maybe if someone's dad knew how to play an accordion, then he could do like Twitch.
We're
accordion.
working on it.
I know.
We have to talk to his agent.
Yeah, we have to talk to Dalecki Sr.'s agent about booking him for an accordion.
Recordian.
A recordian. The jokes be bad. That would be awesome though if you could do that.
What?
Anyway, PlayerUnknown Battleground. It's still like early access. All these games are early access. It's terrible.
Okay.
And I don't know why I bought it. It was $30, I think, which is way past my budget of games of genres that I have no idea what they're about.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
the
I've
threshold.
never played it. Yeah. But I'm like, you know what? Why not?
You know what my threshold is?
Free?
$4.99.
$4.99.
If it's above $4.99, I question its viability.
Yeah. I just bought a game for free.
Then you didn't buy anything.
You
You downloaded a game.
I downloaded a free game recently. It's called Emily is Away.
Oh yeah, you sent a screenshot about
Yeah, I
that.
sent a screenshot about that.
Let me look at it right
All right.
now.
Well, while you do that, I'll explain what Emily is Away is.
Please do.
Emily is Away is a AOL instant message simulator.
It's so stupid.
And you're whoever you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You just type in your screen name, whatever. And there's special screen names too. And if you do play Emily is Away, please for the first time use the screen name John Cena and use the icon. You will be so far from disappointed from what happens when you use John Cena.
Oh boy. I think you're luring people into a trap.
Yo, if I get people to waste money on this $5 game, free game, wonderful. You can also donate to the guy. So you start off you're high school seniors, and Emily messages you and is a messenger, and you're talking back to her, and you just choose 3 messages, 1 of 3 messages that you could do. And in order to actually send the message, you don't click or type 1, 2, or 3. You choose what you want, and then you have to keep pressing keys on the keyboard like you're actually typing it out. But they don't have to be the actual keys. You just go like that on the keyboard, and then you hit enter after everything is done.
And
so
it produces a message for you?
Yeah, and then it's like you're actually sending out a message to her.
Oh my god.
So you could just keep hitting the H button, whatever else. But I like to.
You like to simulate?
Oh, I love it. It's great. And you're Emily's best friend. And it starts off are you going to go to Travis's party?
And did you go to Travis's party?
You can choose to go to Travis's party or not.
What did you choose?
I went to Travis's party the first time.
Did you go into the kissing closet?
Okay, here's the way it works. There's 5 conversations.
Okay.
And it's 1 a year. So you start off at senior year of high school. Then the next conversation is freshman college, sophomore college, junior college, senior college.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's every year. It's your whole college thing. And it's not like you go to the party. What do you do at the party? Next year, you find out what happened at the party.
Did you go into the kissing closet?
No.
Why not?
I didn't have the choice. Apparently, if you go to the party, you and Emily go on a walk together.
Oh, wow.
And you go to the playground, and you don't kiss her.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
She also ends up with Brad if you go to the party.
Get out.
Yeah.
Fucking Brad.
And if you don't go to the party, she ends up with Travis.
Brad's a dick.
That's actually an option.
Brad's a dick?
Brad's a dick.
I love it.
Also, Travis is a dick.
Travis is
They're
totally
both. You could call them both dicks. It's great.
You're a dick, fella.
Yeah, dick, fella. Nah, yeah, dick, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, dick, Travis. Nah, yeah, dick, Brad.
Travis, you're a dick.
So it's one of those games where the choices that you make affect, parts of the rest of the story.
Right.
And if I didn't have this screen right here, I would have popped really hard.
Yeah.
Whoa, phrasing. Don't worry about that.
Aren't we glad we got you that?
Aren't we glad that phrasing is still a thing? Thanks, Archer. So, no matter what happens in this game, you always end up in the friend zone. No matter what, there's some things that affect. The senior year of high school,
I think it's just your natural ability to get to the friend zone.
I played the game 9 times, just about 9 times, a ton of times. It's crazy because it's so short. And I'm like, okay, what if I'm the worst friend ever? And it's senior year of college.
What do you mean? You
just
are the
I'm
worst friend ever.
No,
Hashtag bad friend.
Wow. First of all, I'm your best friend.
Oh, well.
That's why I don't talk to you outside of the podcast. Because that's what real friends do.
That's what friends are for. I think you should do the song next time.
I will. I'll do this. It'll be wonderful. I'll get like a mad beat.
Hip hop.
Hip hop toy rage.
That's awful. That was
Fuck
awful.
you. Anyway, so
That was
senior, I got it. So senior year of college, you say hi to Emily, and she goes, "I don't want to talk right now,"
Oh,
and the
get
game
out.
is over. And that's it.
That's some memories.
Woo. Oh, you got to be like real mean to this girl, like real fucking mean. Which I don't mind. It's actually kind of hard because it's, you know, she's going through some tough times during part of it, and it's just like,
I'm sure.
I want to be there for you.
That's why you're in the friend zone.
Totally. One of the best comments for like reviews about the game was, "I love this game. They might as well just call it Cuck Simulator."
Cuckold Simulator.
Because that's it. Like no matter what, you always are giving these like nice guy responses. You're either a dick or you're just a nice guy. And no matter what,
Mike.
Oh,
you
spoiler
have to be
alerts.
honest with her, okay? Just be honest.
Also, the game assumes you're a guy.
Okay.
But what if you're not a guy?
Well, then you got to figure it out.
What if your name is Monica?
What if your name is Monica?
Which my name in the game was one of the times. But it's just like, okay, I'm a friend. She's like, why don't you kiss me? It's just like, what if I'm not into girls? What if I'm a
Was
gay
that
dude?
an option?
What if I'm a gay dude? All right.
What if I'm not even a guy? What if I'm
Yeah.
a girl?
What if I'm a girl that doesn't like girls? Crazy. You know?
It wasn't built for the LGBT community.
No. It feels like it's just a game where you're a straight guy and that's it. You know, I don't really see girls having much fun in this game if they're not ready to go. Because it doesn't even like say like, oh, you're Emily's best friend, you're a guy, you're this.
Here's a question for you.
What?
Do you think if a girl played this game, she would get out of the friend zone?
No, it's impossible to get out of the friend zone. They might as well just
Challenge
call it,
accepted,
they might
women.
as- they might as well
Challenge
call
accepted.
it
Mike
friend-
the sexist has challenged the women of the world. Mike is just giving me the death stare.
Might as well just call it Friend Zone Simulator.
Friends.
Because that's what it is.
Zone.
Like, the only way you can affect the ending is by being a complete asshole.
Hey, Mike.
What?
Mike.
Yeah.
Friend zone.
Yeah, I know. Friend Zone. With your squeaky ass chair, I'm stuck in the friend zone with Emily. Thanks. All right, so...
That one sounded like that ripped a good
yeah,
one.
it sounded like we should get a candle in here very soon.
I have
You're gonna need to get me-
incense. Do you want incense?
No. Speaking of, I'm probably going to change my name when I play Emily. Emily is away again to like Mom.
Just mom.
Mom. Yeah.
Hi, honey.
Or attractive sister.
Mom, why didn't you kiss me at that party? Oh, dear.
Or maybe
You're
I'll just change
just
my
being
name.
so silly. I made you cupcakes.
There you go. I had an option to have a cupcake today, and I didn't eat it. I made the
Is that
voluntary choice to get soup instead of dessert.
I know how tough that is for you.
Yo. Yeah.
Let me explain something to the audience about Mike.
I'm fat.
No, it's beyond that.
What?
It's
What
the fact
fuck?
that
No.
listen
Okay,
to what I have
right
to
now,
say.
Right now, you said I am beyond fat.
Well, not, yeah, that's technically not true. It's
it's
more
also-
of it's the category of fat you are, and
Yeah.
it's adorable. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because we were at dinner, right? We were at dinner with friends, and we
Yeah.
went to a Cuban restaurant. And the ordering process is what I'm going to get at, because
I know what
we
you're
shared
gonna
we shared everybody at the table shared one of those sampler platters.
Yeah.
No problem. Dinner rolled around. The dinner order rolled around. Again, nothing out of the ordinary.
I said same as Andrew.
Yes, you said same as me. He got the same thing as I did.
Yeah.
Which was ropa
It was like crispy beef shit.
It was crispy beef.
Whatever.
It was delicious dish.
It was pretty good.
But Mike's order was same as Andrew. Nothing crazy about that. It's just, I'm going to have the same thing that he is.
Yeah.
Dessert rolled around.
Yeah, which is an important meal of the day.
Very different order from Mike. Very different. And let me just say something. I'll preface this with the waitress came over and said she addressed the table. She said, would anybody like dessert? But I want to note that the waitress was dead staring at Mike. It wasn't even she like looked around the table.
It's
like
because
like who would like dessert? And she would turn her head to everybody. No, it was who would like dessert, and it was directed at Mike.
It's because she thought I was cute.
It was.
Yeah.
And she knew there was dessert order coming from you.
She knew what I wanted.
Yeah. And it was great. So that's part one. So
yeah,
the waitress automatically made the assumption Mike was going to get dessert.
Well, I also had the dessert menu open.
Right.
Ready to point
ready
what
to
I
go.
wanted. Yeah.
And so Mike ordered the chocolate thunder, which had so many jokes associated with it, and I bet anybody with an imagination can assume what kind of jokes were followed. So Mike orders the chocolate thunder, but it didn't stop there. No. I want everybody to note that Mike's dinner order, very quick, very straight to the point. Mike
not
said,
emotional.
Not emotional.
No.
Deadpan. Mike orders, okay, so I would like to have the chocolate thunder. Do you have vanilla ice cream? And the waitress goes, yeah, we have vanilla. Can I have a scoop of vanilla ice cream next to it? And she goes, sure. And that's not out of the ordinary. But Mike wasn't done.
No,
Mike followed up with, is the chocolate thunder served warm or cold? And she goes, just room temperature. And Mike goes, would you mind heating that up a little bit?
She offered, she said, we can warm it up for you if you want.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, I would love that.
You would love that.
I would love that.
And so now Mike's chocolate thunder order.
I'm going to Dan report you after this is over.
All right.
A lot of this is wrong.
Mike is sitting up in his chair right now. He's ready to jump across the table.
I am ready. You were getting the story completely wrong.
No. And then it was followed up again with... And also, if you don't mind, can I have a glass of milk with ice cubes in it? What? Beyond me why you need ice cubes in your milk. But
this whole part is just offensive.
The length of this order.
You're welcome.
That's when I knew Mike loved dessert more than anything in the entire world.
How did it take you that long to realize that I love dessert?
It's just, I never knew the extent of which it could go, and you took it to a new level.
Wow, this is a good food rage podcast.
We talked about MOBAs and dessert and dog calendars.
And Emily.
And Emily,
how she's away.
I still...
Cuck Simulator.
Cuckold Simulator.
Oh my god! But that's the problem. Like, you can't get out of the friend zone. Like, you could be like super nice.
Mike, I don't want to play this game.
We'll play the game right now. We'll play the game right now.
It's too close to home. It's like, why do I need to play this game? I'm pretty sure I live it.
It's bad because at the end of also spoilers. I mean, the game's like 5. There's no like real spoilers in the game anyway.
Well, you already said what happens at the end. You
kind
lose.
of. Well, not like this in detail. Your conversation options, like one of them is just going to be, can I see you this summer? And you type out, can I see you this summer? And then the more you typing, you delete everything and go like, have you heard any new good music lately? Then it's like, do you miss me? And that gets deleted to, have you gone to any concerts? And it's like, will we ever be the same or whatever else? So you're trying to like come up with all these emotional responses. And then after you type them all out, you delete them and just replace it with a mundane question. And you can't hit like return to send the do you miss me message. Mm-hmm. It's just after you're done. It's all programmed. So you have to keep typing. Then once all that is done, then you hit return. So no matter what, it's just like, you're done. That's it. And you can be like kind of mean to her the entire time, not like super dick, but just like, put her in the friend zone.
I'm not understanding how you type out questions, because you made it sound like you don't have to type a key.
You don't have to type a key.
So how do you select
Here's what you do.
I'm a dick option?
All right. You know how instant messenger windows are. Yeah, that in the bottom.
Yeah.
In the bottom, it says option 1, 2, or 3.
Oh.
What do you want to answer? So it gives you a conversation option. You choose the conversation option, and then you start hitting the keys. And then everything starts to happen. So you pick the option, but then in order for the option to show up, you have to start typing on your keyboard. Anything.
Okay.
And then after that's all done, the send button shows, and then you can send the message. So you choose what you want, but it's already, it's like a pre-done message. You can't choose when to send it. It has to be completely typed out.
So when do you type "show me your boobs"?
You never do.
Then this game's not realistic.
Friend zone.
I thought they were dick options.
No, you don't say like, "Can I see Brad's dick?" You say, "Brad's a dick." Why do you want to see Brad's dick so bad?
I didn't say that.
Well,
you just said
sound like you do.
No, I
said you have all these dick options.
When you can ask her, "Can I see your boobs?"
You can't.
Then you're just being a dick. You can't be a dick.
No, Brad's
you don't have
when you're
the option
when
to
you're
be
a dick to her.
Right.
Like I like this girl.
Why are you on Brad's dick right now?
Why are you on Brad? You're really hard on Brad's dick. Like really hard. I need some more iced tea. If you have a PC, go download Emily is Away. It is a little bit of an interesting game. It's free. If you're gonna download it, if you're on the fence of it, download it at least to make your screen name
Mom.
John Cena.
Please.
Just.
Oh god.
I'll after this is done, I'll install the game and I'll show you John Cena.
Okay.
And then you will want to play this game.
I don't think so.
Okay, well you'll be happy that you saw the John Cena part.
Okay.
You can also do Zelda, and then she goes, "I don't want you to go alone." It's like, ooh, Zelda reference.
Is that a coup? Is that Daniel's coup?
That's how Travis laughs.
So we should do our outro right now. I think we're done.
Is this enough to talk about? What did we even accomplish today?
MOBAs.
Thanks, Toy Rage.
MOBAs.
You wasted my time.
We said it. MOBAs.
Yeah.
Dog calendars. Teeny bopper messenger games. And Mike's dessert order of the century.
And Skyforge.
Well, it's part
the
of
brand new MMO on PS4.
Well, it's not new, but it's
where
new.
You can do great things like change weapons
and be immortal.
And all your actions need a special O button.
Oh.
So you have all that stuff.
Yeah. I didn't describe it well. I
you can be a cryo mage
in my
with your
brain.
freezing O move.
I re-listened to it in my brain, and I realized that if I was selling this in an elevator, the game would have never been made.
You were doing better at selling me the dessert.
Well,
I love
no
desserts.
one has to sell you dessert.
Well, you have to.
Mike.
In order for me to stop farting in your chair, in order for me to go all the way out east, you need to at least sell me on the time that it takes to get said dessert.
Hour and 15 minutes?
Jesus fucking Christ. Brad better be out there to serve me this dessert right away.
I'll make sure they hire someone named Brad just for you.
All right. That works it for me. Yeah.
That works for you?
But only if you put a PS4 in your car with mobile Wi-Fi. Drive me out there while I play Skyforge.
I'm not getting mobile Wi-Fi for you or for myself.
Do you like the way I say Skyforge? I'm trying to make it more epic.
It is epic.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it more epic.
It is.
So it sounds like you did a great thing. You could be a monk
You
and
can be a
throw
monk.
punches at the cryo mage.
Well, they have a lot of classes.
They have 14, actually.
Did you read that?
Yes, I read that.
You didn't. You just ignored what I told you.
No, you were doing
describing
such a
the game?
terrible job. Great job selling it.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell you it before, but the grave you were digging was so deep that I couldn't actually tell you.
I just kept on going down. I'm like, Mike, can you still hear me down here?
Oh, Timmy, where are you?
The hole's getting pretty deep.
By the way, do you want to play Skyforge?
I think I found some sand.
Did you know that you have a special move in Skyforge?
You know what's great about this game? You actually use a controller.
What?
I'm lost.
Yeah, you lost all right. It's it's a pretty lost cause by now. Are you going to talk about it next week?
No.
No?
It's not that exciting.
Well, now I don't think. Here's this crazy thing. When I came here, you were pretty. I wouldn't say excited, but
I just wanted to tell you about it.
You had positive thoughts about Skyforge.
I do.
And if you want to tell me about games, then you should tell everybody about games.
I should.
It's the Toy Rage website. But the more you started talking about it,
I just didn't have enough material yet.
Well, it's your first day impressions.
Yeah.
You don't have to sell me on it. It's just like, how is things the first day?
It was great.
You know? How is it being an immortal in Skyforge?
It was pretty godlike.
It kind of reminded me of Aeon.
It does.
Did you play Aeon?
Yes. So yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. You can follow us on Twitter at Toy Rage, Instagram Toy Rage Reviews.
That's right. Because for some reason, some jerk got Toy Rage.
POS. Yeah. Facebook Toy Rage.
Yep. Twitter.
You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Delecki. Why are you laughing, Mike?
Because your mom has more followers than you do.
Yes, and you just made her have more followers by unfollowing me. So thank you.
Yeah, because you were tied before, and then I unfollowed you, which brought her up to a +1. Followed her, so now she has
This is such a good
+2.
wrap up. Yeah, and that's about it. I'm trying to promote my shitty Twitter page. So please join so I can win this battle with my mom for most Twitter followers.
First of all, does she even know that she's in a battle with
Not
you?
at all. I don't think she even knows she has a Twitter account.
It doesn't sound like she knows she has a Twitter account.
No. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll chat next week about, I don't know, something.
Maybe more Skyforge.
Maybe more Skyforge. Maybe I'll try again to sell it.
Yeah. Also, if you like the hour-long episodes, let us know. If you think maybe like 2 episodes, a little bit shorter, maybe like 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah, we're figuring out our timing scheme, but we'll get there.
We'll figure out
again.
Our timing scheme.
Work in progress. This show is made for you guys, so we would love to hear back and get some feedback. So
we go all out. We don't half-ass it. Like if only one of us had a mic shield. we go.
Mike,
full.
we had to get Mike a pop shield because he was breaking everyone's eardrums with his P's and B's.
Not everyone.
Everyone.
Just everyone who listened.
We're on iTunes. We're on Spreaker and
the app.
The apps on both the iTunes store and the Android store
Apple and
Google
Android.
Play. So rate, like, subscribe. That's how we know you're listening to us, and that's how we know you love us.
Yeah. Download the episode. Have fun. If you got any suggestions, reach out to us at our social media or Layla at toyrage.com.
Because my dog is going to get an email before I do. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.
Have a good night or day, depending on when you're listening to this.
Happy solstice. Is it even a solstice? I don't know.
When the time this episode goes online,
maybe.
It's solstice time.
Bye.
I guess I'll stop recording and re-record.